Hello and welcome back to Vibes of Stillness. If you live with anxiety, you have probably experienced moments where your body feels completely out of control. Maybe your heart suddenly starts racing for no obvious reason. Maybe your chest feels tight. Maybe your stomach feels unsettled. Maybe you feel dizzy, shaky, tense, restless, or constantly on edge. And sometimes the scariest part is not even the anxiety itself. It is the fear that something must be seriously wrong with you physically. Because anxiety does not just live in the mind, it lives in the body too. So today, we are going to gently explore what anxiety is actually doing inside the nervous system, why it can feel so physical, and why your body may be reacting the way it is. And before we begin, take one slow breath in and slowly breathe out. You do not need to fix everything while listening to this. You do not need to perform healing. You are allowed to simply listen, rest, and be here. One of the most important things to understand about anxiety is this. Your nervous system was designed to protect you. Anxiety is not proof that your body is failing. Very often it's proof that your body is trying very hard to keep you safe. The problem is that sometimes the nervous system becomes overloaded. To understand this better, we first need to talk about something called the fight or flight response. The fight or flight response is part of your body's survival system. Thousands of years ago, humans needed this response to survive real physical danger. If there was a threat nearby, your body needed to react immediately. So your brain would send signals through the nervous system, releasing stress hormones like adrenaline and cortisol. These hormones prepare the body to survive. Your heart beats faster to pump blood quickly. Your breathing changes to bring in more oxygen. Your muscles tense and prepare for action. Your senses become sharper and more alert. Your body becomes focused on survival. And this response is incredibly useful during real danger. The problem is that the nervous system does not always know the difference between physical danger and emotional danger. Stress, burnout, trauma, health worries, conflict, overthinking, financial pressure, emotional overwhelm, constant bad news, lack of rest. All of these things can trigger the same survival response. So even if you are physically safe, your nervous system may still believe there is danger nearby. And when this survival system stays activated for long periods of time, anxiety can start affecting the entire body. This is why anxiety can feel so intensely physical. It might feel like a racing heart, palpitations, tight chest, nausea, digestive issues, muscle tension, headaches, dizziness, brain fog, sweating, shaking, tingling sensations, feeling unable to relax, feeling emotionally exhausted, feeling restless all the time. For many people, anxiety feels less like worrying and more like living inside a body that never fully settles. One of the hardest parts of anxiety is that the symptoms themselves can become frightening. You notice your heart beating quickly and then become anxious about your heart. You notice dizziness, and your brain immediately starts searching for explanations. You feel tension in your chest, and suddenly your thoughts spiral into fear. This creates what many people experience as the anxiety cycle. The nervous system becomes activated, the body creates symptoms, the symptoms create fear, the fear keeps the nervous system activated, and the cycle continues. This doesn't mean your symptoms are imaginary. They are real, physical experiences happening inside the body. But they are not always signs that something dangerous is happening. Sometimes they are signs of a nervous system that has been overwhelmed for too long. And honestly, that can be exhausting. Because anxiety is tiring. Living in survival mode is tiring. Being constantly alert is tiring. Always scanning your body, your surroundings, your thoughts, your future. That takes energy. Many people with anxiety are not weak. They are exhausted. Another thing that often happens with anxiety is something called hypervigilance. Hypervigilance is when the nervous system becomes highly alert and watchful. You may constantly scan for danger, overanalyze people's tone of voice, notice every sensation in your body, feel startled easily, struggle to fully relax, always feel like something bad is about to happen. And sometimes people with anxiety become so used to living in a state of alertness that calmness itself can start to feel unfamiliar. For some people, quiet moments feel uncomfortable. Rest feels uncomfortable. Stillness feels uncomfortable. Not because they want to feel anxious, but because the nervous system has learned to stay alert for protection. And if that sounds familiar, please know this. Your nervous system is not trying to punish you. It may simply be trying to protect you the best way it knows how. Something else that many people do not realize is that anxiety can also affect the body through chronic muscle tension. When the nervous system believes there is danger nearby, the muscles naturally tighten. The shoulders lift, the jaw clenches, the stomach tightens, the chest becomes tense. And if this happens day after day after day, people can start carrying enormous amounts of physical tension without even realizing it. This is one reason anxiety can leave people feeling physically drained. Your body may be working incredibly hard all day long without you even noticing. Even overthinking itself takes energy. Your brain is constantly analyzing, preparing, predicting, and trying to stay ahead of danger. That is exhausting for the nervous system. The good news is that the nervous system can also learn safety. And this is such an important thing to remember. The brain and body are adaptable. Just as the nervous system can learn fear and hypervigilance, it can also slowly learn grounding, regulation, and safety. Not instantly, not perfectly, but gradually. This is why gentle calming practices can matter so much. Things like slow breathing, mindfulness, grounding exercises, therapy, rest, gentle movement, nature, safe relationships, sleep, hydration, quiet routines, calming music, journaling, and self-compassion. All of these practices send signals of safety back to the nervous system. And these small moments matter more than people realize, because healing the nervous system is often about repetition. Repeated moments of, I am safe right now. I can slow down. I do not need to stay in survival mode every second. Mindfulness can also help anxiety in a very gentle way, not because it magically removes all anxious thoughts, but because it teaches us how to notice thoughts without becoming completely consumed by them. Instead of immediately spiraling into fear, mindfulness encourages us to pause, to notice, to breathe, to reconnect with the present moment. Anxiety often lives in the future. What if? What if something bad happens? What if I cannot cope? What if this gets worse? Mindfulness gently brings us back to now, to this breath, this room, this moment. And sometimes that tiny pause is enough to soften the nervous system, even slightly. If you are struggling with anxiety right now, I also want you to remember this. Healing does not always look dramatic. Sometimes healing looks like drinking water, going outside, resting, taking one deep breath, getting through the day, asking for support, or simply being kinder to yourself than you were yesterday. Small steps still count. You do not need to become a perfectly calm person to heal. You do not need to win against anxiety overnight. Your nervous system may simply need more safety, more gentleness, more support, and more rest than it has been receiving. And that does not make you weak. It makes you human. So if your body has felt heavy lately, if your mind has felt exhausted, if anxiety has been convincing you that you are broken, let this be your reminder. Your nervous system is trying to protect you. Your symptoms are real. Your exhaustion is real. And you deserve compassion while you heal. One breath at a time, one moment at a time, one gentle step at a time. Thank you so much for spending this time with me today. And if this video helped you feel even slightly more understood, you are always welcome here at Vibes of Stillness. Take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next video.